Hi, my name is Nathan, and in this video we're going to look at how to create a simple layout for Roll20. We've already got it fired up, so what you're going to do is we are going to create a new page, and this is where we will start our layout. So I'm going to zoom out a bit, and we're going to get started. So the first thing I do whenever I create a map is I sketch it out. So I actually have a sketch that I put together real quick. So this is a sketch of my dungeon. What I want to do is have the adventurers enter down a staircase into a room here, and they'll have a couple options. One is to enter this room. This will be like a guard house or something, and then there'll be a room, a hallway that will go down into a common area. We'll have a couple rooms appended to that as well. So this is the layout I will try to be following, and this just helps me move much faster as I build these templates. So we're going to get started. Also worth noting that I will be using the Dungeon Explore starter set. It's a tile set that I created, and you can purchase that in the marketplace, and there'll be a link in the description to that. I'll be using that, but these principles apply to any tile maps, tile sets that you choose to work with. All right, so again, here is my sketch. Let's get started. So I'm going to go right here to my library, and then I will go to my purchases, and I'm going to start dragging in some different components. So first thing I need is some stairs. Oh, and before we do that, I always forget to do this, but let's delete that. We need to go to map and background so that we can work in the background. Again, we're going back to my library, purchases. Okay, so we need some stairs. We also need a hallway. So we're going to kind of come down a hallway with some stairs in it. So let's get some stairs. And then they are going to reach. They're going to kind of enter into a room. I've got some rooms in here. So one, we're going to need a small room for the guardhouse. And then here's the medium room we're going to be using. And we also need a couple connector pieces. These connector pieces will help us make everything a little more seamless. All right, that'll be a good start. So I dragged in a couple pieces there, but as you can see, they're not scaled correctly, and this is just kind of a funny thing about Roll20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale them up, and they're actually pretty easy to scale. What I'm doing, I'm watching for, if you can see, I'm just lining them up to my grid. The tiles will match it perfectly with that grid, so just scale it up so that it matches, and the grid will snap to the right size. So again, let's scale these stairs up to right there. I'm going to turn them around and drop them on there. And then I have that large room under here. Scale it up once the grid aligns, that's where it should be. And then I'm going to drop it right on top of that hallway. So it kind of shrinks that up a little bit. Okay, so let's add the guard room. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop this connector piece there, so that way I can connect my room right to it. And it gives me just a nice connection there. And lastly, we got this guy. This guy, will scale him up to right there. And this one's kind of scaling funny. All right, let's turn it around. As you can see, we're still not aligned with the grid. So we will scale him right there. All right, so you can see I have a hallway or a stairway leading down. We've got that first room, and now we'll build out this hallway here. So actually I already have a piece under here. I'm going to hit Command C and copy that and then paste it here. That's just the hallway that was under the stairs. I'm going to rotate this guy. Alright, and so now we're walking down here. And I can actually, what I'm going to do, you can see here I have this other little room I wanted to build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, so I hit Shift, and so I have both those selected. Command C on a Mac to copy that and paste it. So we will just put both those guys right there, and that was just a quick way to get another room. Alright, and so in my sketch we have the hall curving, so let's actually copy that hallway again, and we'll put it right there. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to curve this around, so we'll need to grab another piece for that. And you'll see that there's kind of this weird overlap here. We're going to go find another piece that will solve that problem for us too. And then we will need to find a couple pieces for this bigger room. So let's do that. So again, I'm going to go to my library and my purchases. And we'll scroll down. So we're looking for some corners. That corner is going to be a little too big. That's 3 squares. We're looking for 2 squares, so we're going to need that guy. Drop him in. And we're also looking for this guy right here. So this is an inside corner, and that will help solve the overlap problem we have. And then we're needing to make that big room. And what we're going to do is use this guy. So this is kind of the big room piece. If we grab that, we should have everything we need. So let's see if that's true. So let's get this guy first. So this is our first corner. Scale that up and drop it there. And this is that inside corner piece. And if you see, so by putting that there, we got a nice curve there. And then let's scale this. Again, we're trying to align that to the grid, and that will snap perfectly right there. And let's drop this right there. We're going to hit copy that and paste it there. Alright, so we have a big room. Again, kind of missing a connector there, but we have one of those. If we remember, we used that already. So I'm going to copy that. Alright, and that will just lay over that. And let's actually use another one of those for this first room. And let's actually just copy this small room one more time. Alright, so that kind of, it kind of rotates funny when you use 2 at a time. So let's just rotate those 1 at a time. What's nice is that they just snap right to the grid, so you kind of just play around with it a bit and you get them. Excellent. So that's looking great. And then we have the last room right here. If you remember, we used that in the first piece we used. All right, let me just zoom out a little bit further here. So what we have, let's go back to our sketch here. I mean, that's pretty close. So we have, again, we have the stairway leading in, kind of this medium-sized room, a couple offshoots, and then we go into this main common place and a couple rooms there. So this is looking really good. We'll close out our sketch. I think we've got that. So we want to add a couple things. There's a couple extra things we can add just before we finish. So let's go back to our kit, and I'm going to add just a few doors and some lighting. So if I scroll down here, right here we have this door hinge. So we'll throw that in. We'll use that in a second. We also want some wooden doors. I think they were up here at the top. Nope. Here we go. So let's add in a door. And then we're going to use some lights. And actually, let's pull in the corner light too, just in case we need that. And looking good. So let's close this. Let's add some doors. So this first one, looks like that already scaled nicely, so we'll just flip that around. Our door needs to be scaled down. That's actually just one piece there. And right there, so dropped in a door. And if we actually click both of those, we can just copy in a few doors really quick. We can drop one there. And we had one right. Oh, yeah, they kind of rotate funny. We do them together. Oh, let's cancel that. Edit, undo. All right. Perfect. So that's great. So let's get some lighting in here. We're actually going to scale this up to, I believe, 6. That just sits nicely right there on the walls. We're going to scale this guy up too. And so we'll just light up this room really quick. Again, I'm just copy and pasting this lighting. Okay, so that's how we'll light up that one. Copy this. Maybe put that one there. All right, this is looking good. Okay, I think I could put more lighting in, but for the sake of time, we won't. So the couple last cleanup things. So this is actually looking really awesome. I like it. What we want to do is actually go up into our page settings, and we just want to change a few things. I generally like changing the background to black. I also like changing my grid to black. Now this only works because of this set that I'm using, and because it already comes with a grid. And so if I hit OK, what that does is just really sharpens up the dungeon here. And again, this is the Dungeon Explore Pack. I will put that in a link, but this is just a quick way to get started on building some really awesome dungeons. And of course, after you get this done, you start layering in your tokens and your different dungeon elements, and you'll make for a really cool and kind of creepy lit dungeon space. So there you have it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and also check us out at makergames.net for more of this kind of stuff. Thanks.